Hello everybody and welcome to another fly tying session with your host Scott. In this session I'm going to be replacing a fly I lost not long ago, which was unfortunate. It is actually a fly pattern I struggle with, so hopefully I will do it justice. This is the Silver Invicta. It is known mainly as a sea trout fly, but I find it to be quite effective for reservoir brown trout. So it needs a lot of materials and it can get quite busy in that regard. So in the vise I've got a size 10 B405. You could use any standard shanked wet fly or sprout hook to tie this pattern. Those just happen to be the ones I've got at the moment. For the thread we're going to need a black thread. I'm using a uni thread in 8/0. We're going to be using a silver wire. This is a very fine silver wire by a company called Vineyard. It's size 27. It's this one here. French wire it's sold as. And that's going to be used as the rib. For the body, we're going to be using a two-tone silver and gold mylar by Uni in size 14 or gauge 14, which is 1/32 of an inch. For the tail, we're going to be using some golden pheasant topping. For the palmed hackle, we're going to be using a Indian cockcape in ginger, or brown, or natural red game. Any of those will do really. For the beard, there's a beard hackle on this one. We're going to be using J primaries, and I'm going to use a different material for the wing. This is actually peacock. And I find it creates a very similar effect to hen pheasant. The original pattern's tied with hen pheasant, but I've been quite happy with the wings that I've been getting with this material, so we're going to be using that. And I think that's covered everything. Like I say, there's a lot going on with this pattern, and it can get quite busy up at the head area, so I'll see if I can avoid doing that. So we're going to come in at the eye, and we're going to bed the hook all the way down to where the bend starts. If you leave the thread to dangle, it's normally in line with where either the barb starts or in between the point and the barb. Then we're going to trim that away. Then we're going to get a length of golden pheasant topping. Just one feather will do it. And you want it so it's pointing up like so, at about that long. So we're going to lock it in there. We're going to use a pinch turn to make sure it stays there, and then bring another one in over the top, and then another one as well, and hopefully that's where we want it. Yep, that's not looking too bad. So then we're going to trim a good head length away. You want to save as much room as you can there as possible, without making the head too big. Then we're going to tie in our length of wire. Now you don't just tie it in by the tip, you want to tie it in so it's the same length as your what's left of your pheasant, the golden pheasant. because in order to tie a nice neat tinsel body you need to have it even. So then we're going to take the thread not all the way to the eye, but just enough to cover those materials. And then get the wire in your clip out the way. Then we're going to get a length of this two-tone tinsel. We're going to be using the silver side, and in order to do that you tie it in with the gold side facing up, and we tie it in at the eye. So then when you turn it, it shows the silver side. And then you want to do touching turns back down towards the tail. And then bring it back up exactly the same way. And you should end up with a nice tinsel body. Use as few turns as you can get away with to lock the materials in. We are going to take a few turns down towards the eye, just to tidy up a little bit. So we've got plenty of room there. That's a good 2 head lengths. That's probably what we need really. Then we're going to select a suitably sized feather off the cape. Now these feathers are an odd shape. They're quite long towards my fingers, and then they get really short towards the tip. So I'm actually going to get rid of most of that because it's the wrong colour and it's also too long. So we've ended up with that. Tie that in nice and tight. Leave a head length. Trim away. Then get your hackle pliers. It's up to you guys. I actually prefer to do 2 full turns at the head, but you can get away with just doing a full turn at the head if you prefer. That's my full 2 turns, and then you're going to palmer. Just long enough. Then grab your wire. Keep it in position, your hackle. Bring 1 full turn over, and then you can unclip it and rib. The opposite way to you turn the feather. Don't worry about the fibres going forward, just make sure you get the wire secured. Hold the thread tight and wobble till it snaps. Push the fibres back a little bit. And just put a few turns in ready for your wing. Trim away the excess hackle. Like so. Then we're going to get this slipper turkey. I think it's turkey. It might actually be peacock. Not, to be honest with you, I've had it that long I can't remember. I think I may have said peacock when I first started the video, so we'll go with that. So you want the tip of the wing about halfway down the tail. Bring it in so it's sitting 45 degrees to the hook. Bring a nice loose winging loop over, preferably without catching the hackle fibres, and pull tight. There we go. And then we're going to do the same the other side. I like to do them one at a time. I'm a bit strange like that. A lot of fly tyers, when they're tying their wings, they do them both at the same time. So you want to try and line them up so that they're the same length. Same again, 45 degrees, winging loop, pull tight, just a few to lock it off, and just check that it is actually a little bit short. I'm going to go back, that's better. Trim away the excess. Go to the eye. And then just put a few turns in ready for your beard hackle. That's better. So you're going to get your J feather. Now they look far too short, these do, to do anything with. But if you actually pull them away from the stalk, they're actually quite long. And they're definitely long enough for the job. So you want to get a nice generous bunch of them. Now they're not exactly cheap, and they're getting very scarce to get hold of. But you do need some because it really does set the pattern off. hold it tight so that they're the same length. Come in and pinch them tight, and then add them to your pattern. So you want them so that they're the same length to the point where they touch the point of the hook. Loose swinging loop. And then pull tight. There we go. And then trim. Now it's very difficult to get these trimmed very close to the eye. And you want to do your head. So give it a nice tidy head. And that will do it. And then whip finish. Trim close. So another quick look at it. Now one of the wing has split a little bit, but I think we can live with that. Spread the J fibres out and then come in with your varnish to finish. And there we have it. That is the Silver Invicta. I'm so glad I've got that one out the way. I find it a very challenging pattern to tie, I have to be honest. But I've done two tonight and I'm happy with both of them. So thank you all very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.